in the previous videos we discussed about the on, one, off methods. Now I am going for the trigger method. Trigger method triggers the specified event and the default behavior of an event for the selected elements. So for that purpose I am going for the example here. So here in my input select function, I wrote the select function and that input of the text marked. Okay, so what is the use of select method? So whenever select method is works only on the form elements, input box and input text area. So for that purpose I am creating the one input field equals to text, value equals to subscribe my channel. Subscribe me. So I'm closing the input element. Sorry. Now observe our form. Here we are getting the one text box. Now I want to apply the select method in this form. So that for that purpose $of input dot select function input after text marked. So what is the after that we are getting the text marked in our input. If we are selecting that text at that time, we got the text marked. Okay, so refresh the page and click me. So text marked is appeared on the after the text box. Now I initiating this process by clicking the button. So button click function input trigger select. So syntax for the trigger method is $selector trigger, and after that we are writing the event. So in this form we don't have any button. We have the button click to trigger. From the document, instead of I am selecting this one, I am clicking on the trigger. So text is marked. Selected that text and we are getting the select event along with the data after data. Okay, now I am going for the how to pass along a additional parameter to a custom event handler. Custom event handler using the trigger method. So here document.ready function $p click whenever clicking on the p on method my para. Here this is the my para function. Within the function we are passing the passing the one event and three parameters and alert para1, param2, param3. Okay, so $p trigger. Which one is trigger? My para is triggered. After that we are passing the please subscribe me. So these three, if you are whenever you are clicking on the paragraph element, at that time these three parameters are passed to the function. After that we are getting the alert box. So the document I am clicking on the my paragraph. At that time please subscribe me. Alert box is appeared. Now one more example is there. So demonstrate the difference between the trigger and the trigger handler methods. We have the one more method is there, that is the trigger handler. So for that purpose we are creating the $document.ready function, $input select function, $input select function, input after text marked. Okay, after that we are creating the two buttons, click function. Whenever button 1 is clicked, input trigger select. Whenever button 2 is clicked, trigger handler select. Okay, so what is the difference between these two is, for that we want the two buttons, so button 1, button 2. So save the document and run once. So first of all, I am selecting the text. We are getting the text marked. Okay, refresh it. So clicking on the trigger, the text is selected and we are getting the after text. And refresh it. Trigger handler, just only we are getting the after text. We are not this trigger handler did not selecting the our content in the text. Okay, this is the differences between the trigger and the trigger handler methods. Thanks for listening video, and please share it to your friends who want to learn the jQuery.